Recently, a lot of people have been asking me why I use Bookmap, and today is the perfect example on how beneficial it can be. So, this morning, you can see pre-market, we're in this zone. So, the high was right around this target area, which you can see we rejected from quite a bit at the open. So, let's zoom in here. So, we got this 650 level. Pre-market right around 730. We came back down, we held VWAP. We also had some support and resistance here pre-market. As you can see, just a lot of chop consolidation, and eventually we had this ascending wedge breakout. Then we had this little microphone pattern here. We broke out a little bit and then instantly retraced that. That's what I was looking for today. So looking for any targets of upside liquidity. I had a bullish bias just because of the strong reaction, the strong buy up we had previously. If we look at, so this is the daily chart, we had the huge drop and then we had an immediate buyer reaction step in at these levels right around like 350, which is very strong support because it was previous resistance, and it kind of held the 9 EMA on the daily, so I was expecting a little bit of a push up. So I was waiting for a good target today to do that, and I noticed if we zoom in a little bit and get rid of the current price action, this morning we had these huge sells hitting, and then buyers started to come back up. It held VWAP, and I noticed this huge level of liquidity was there all day at 27.35. So I was expecting this to get touched. So essentially, on these kind of days, you can get chopped up pretty easily. So with that being said, you want to try to get a good entry and just kind of let the trade play out, and that's kind of what happened. I am currently trading with Apex. Their Trade systems were down today, so I could only trade my 2 Rhythmic accounts and not all of my, I think I have like 14 of the PA accounts for Trade, but essentially got in after it broke this level here. So we started to get a push up. There was no reason for me to get out, and then we just grinded all the way up to that level of liquidity. So if we look over here, I got in once we started breaking these highs. So we had the first 5-minute candle. We kind of stalled out in this area and then popped and eventually rejected. So this is pretty key level. So as soon as we broke out here, I just set my stop at break even, kind of let the trade play out. It stalled, but the sellers could not take advantage here. So, I mean, I'm sure you've seen tons of YouTubers by now. They'll say, oh, this breakout pattern here for a bull flag to push up, and I was in right here, so I was just kind of waiting for that to play out. My stop would have been break even, but we never got to that level. And yeah, just one NASDAQ contract. And one of my PA accounts made 1,300, and the other I made about 400 because I got in a little bit later there. But yeah, definitely something to look at when you're looking at Bookmap. Just to kind of do this live here, you can see as we zoom in, so there was levels of liquidity there that had kind of been removed, and we're starting to get a lot more liquidity on this downside. So currently it is 12:43 Eastern, and I would not be surprised if we started trading down toward 20,600, and if we break that, I mean we have a lot of room down to 20,500. So yeah, I mean it's worth taking a look at. Obviously, if you're just getting into it, if you're a newer trader, you focus more on just reading candles, looking at volume, and just kind of focusing on the basics there, focusing on holding your winners longer, cutting losers, and just trying to get consistent. But once you get to that point, there are these tools like Bookmap that can be really beneficial toward trying to help determine the overall market flow as well as current levels of liquidity or potential targets. So yeah, this is the first recap. I'm trying to figure out a good way to start doing these, maybe in the morning, just kind of get consistent recaps, not only for information for everyone, but to kind of hold my system accountable, to just be transparent, to show kind of what it's like to be a day trader part-time, and yeah, hopefully get to that point where it can be a full-time opportunity. So if there's anything you guys would like to see, any questions you guys have, drop them in the comments below. Thanks for bearing with me for this first recap video, but we'll only be going up from here.